Welcome back, everyone, to our series, which I've taken to calling The Many Faces of faytech. On the heels of our twice-a-year manager meetings, I've taken the opportunity to lasso everyone in here and try and sit everyone down for some interviews, for the simple fact that I want to draw out a little bit of our personality. Our company is, mainly based in China. We do have offices throughout the world, but a lot of people don't have the chance to come here to China, so we've been setting up interviews all day long. I had been planning to save the best for last. I even had the song all queued up on my iPhone, but due to time pressures, I was told by Arne, no, that is not acceptable. We must do it now. And as you've seen from our other interviews, and will see in our other interviews, we all march to Arne's tune as much as is needed in support. So with no further ado, I want to thank the founder and the CTO of faytech for joining us. Welcome.
Thank you, Michael.
Great.
Nice to be here.
So the point here, Arne, of our interviews is really to try and get into our personality. So you and I, we do our videos. We're always pitching something. Sometimes I feel like we're a couple of used car salesmen, but I love it. It's been a lot of fun. You can see we've upgraded our equipment. We now have a permanent faytech studio, which we will be using. I hope to be using more often. But I want to use this interview as to get a little bit deeper with you, if you'll let us, and kind of delve into a lot of things. So I had a lot of questions. Everyone can see my screen is off because I'm not going to need the screen for this interview. So okay. I've been waiting for this for a long time. Yeah. I have to say, Arne, I've been here 2 years, and I was honored when Arne asked me to join because I knew he was an interesting fellow when I first met him. There are not many foreigners, internationals, expats, I guess, like myself and Arne that live in China as long as we have. So anytime you have a chance to talk with one of them, first of all, is really cool. But when you have a chance to work with one who's been as successful as you have, it's really, really cool. So
thank you.
What I want to know, and what everyone always asks me when I first introduce faytech and we talk about faytech and they know about you, is how did you get here? What is it that got you started? Please feel free to go back as far as you want. I'm interested, as I know our viewers are going to be interested, in how did this all come to be?
How much time we have? It seems like we should plan a 2-hour session. So
try to keep it brief.
Let's make it first. We lived in Germany. I met my wife, and for sure that's a big secret. She's Chinese, so we were really a great couple, going together to China and having somebody, let's say, letting me enjoy what I like, doing products, running forward, and having somebody who has to see for that the organization grows with my pushing forward and keeps me back. But we were in Germany, and we imported touchscreen monitors and distributed, that was 2006 to 8, to several resellers, wholesalers in Germany. But typical stereotype against China, quality issues, and each time you order something, you get something different, and all this kind of stuff. And for sure, because my wife is Chinese, we were on exhibitions in China together. We were visiting relatives in China, so I saw all the potential. And it's funny that Fan, my wife, was totally against going back to China. She liked Germany being organized, Germany being stable and clean, and she said, "Oh, please let me enjoy German steady life. I don't want to go back to the craziness in China." But yeah, that's where I fit well in, it seems like, and for sure I saw all the opportunities, the chances. And so we decided 2008 in August to go. And just this night, why we decided is a very nice story, probably another time. And seriously, 3 months later, in November, we arrived in China, November 2008. And basically, for sure, we just rented first a house. We went somewhere where we knew we have friends or fun. And we started, and the first idea was just to find better delivery partners, to look better for the quality. But okay, you know my always saying, what you, at least 15 years ago, what you really didn't completely understand, which you really didn't control for yourself, typically went wrong in China. And so again, we saw the potential, but it was very fast clear that we want to stay in China, but when we stay in China, we make it right. And right means we build up our own factory, putting focus on quality control, making secure that our customers get what they order and not what is somewhere available. Yeah, and from there it started, right? And 2010 we started the small assembly place in an empty factory.
So take us back then to 2010 and your first day starting this assembly factory. What was the biggest shock? When did you think that you may, or did you think that you may have bitten off more than you could chew, or did you ever feel like that?
This is, I think, why everything started, and probably we share this, that I'm quite easy excited and optimistic. And I like making decisions, you know it, right? So it was like, okay, sounds right to do a factory, so
it sounded cool.
Let's go, right?
Yeah, that's your most famous, as far as I'm concerned, your most famous word is cool. And then everything happens.
Right, and then so we hired 3 women, right? who I told you do this and you do this, and then I did the quality control, and at the end somebody else shipped. And it's funny that you laughed, Michael, who is now doing the sales, that he was then my first 2010 February production line manager, and he organized. And when he came, we were 7 people. He organized them. I still did for quite some time the final testing. And
so
this
now I know why you're so hard on the QC, because you started with QC.
Yeah.
Well, but I mean that's the thing. I mean I understand.
Self-checked by me.
Yeah. Because even myself doing my own business and having my own products that I've done, the first thing and the last thing you do here is QC, because it's your babies that are going out the door. Exactly. Yeah. So I mean it's been a while since 2010. The company's grown by leaps and bounds. So what do you think right now is the biggest challenge that the company faces?
Okay, for me, seriously, I always said, and also there, Nathan, joined 2010, and this is what I really like. I want to be a long-term shot. I don't want to make fast wins or whatever. I want to be a reliable partner. You know it, when we mess something up, we step in and we fix it. And I'm proud of this. I mean, 2010 I made already a presentation where we said, okay, we have basically 3 steps. And the first step is just surviving, growing from $0 to $5 million revenue. And I feel like this was basically the toughest, and it took us long, and it was several times not clear that we make it. And then we grew from 5 to 25 million. This went quite fast, still with several times not sure if we will make it. And let's say to grow up to $25 million, this you can handle as one person, when you build it up. It's, for me, that's the thing. I build everything up, so I basically know everything. And you can describe it for yourself. When you came into this, we do so much, it's like a blow and a shock.
Yeah, my first month here was feeling like I was in the middle of an ocean in a kayak or a canoe with a paddle and not knowing which way to go. Yes.
So but the good thing, or that's it. But I could, let's say, handle the growth up to 25 million. But now we want to grow to 100 million more, becoming a global company. We're part of a stock listed company. And for sure, for this, we need experienced managers, and also give it back. Thank you for joining and giving so much efforts to it. And you know that this was the focus the last 1.5 years, that we say we really set up now an organization which is able to grow further, to grow to the next step, final goal, 100 million for faytech side just. For sure, after that, we will kick off for 1 billion, but let's reach first 100 million. And this is now what we are doing. And I think having today our management meeting, I feel like we kicked off again the right path to really get us growing, going forward, working more efficient, getting everybody onboarded. And so I think this finished now. We got everything onboarded of the new managers. And let's get the things done and get the good projects realized, be faster, more efficient,
push
more
sales to get more orders.
Right, go crazy and enjoy the work.
So that brings me then to the next question that I would think of, which is, you've been here for 14, 15 years in manufacturing. You're now basically back and forth between Germany, the U.S., India, and China, trying to manage everything, which has got to be hectic on your time and jet lag must be a constant issue. But what I kind of want to get at is knowing what you know about manufacturing and product development here in China versus what the outsiders of China, the people outside of China, the customers and the partners in Germany, even shareholders in Germany and in the US understand. What's the most difficult thing that you have to balance between these two or explain, or difficult situation?
I would go one step back, or let's say just one short sentence, political, and then I leave out of it. But for sure, let's say I'm not happy about how the geopolitics develop, and I think it gives us a lot of extra tension to the game. I would love to live in the 21st century in a world where we know that war and weapons and killing people is not needed. And I really thought we would go there, but it seems like the things are changing. So now everything changes basically. And what I have to say, and this is for sure many people don't want to hear, is that China, at least in the IT or in the electronics field where we are, is the most competitive place in the world, the most advanced, the most fast one, and far ahead of basically in meantime everyone. It's right that we still have normally more, let's say, single knowledge sitting in the heads of some people in the US, in Germany. The typical, what was for me going 15 years back really a shock was like when you go in Germany to a specialist, like a cable manufacturer. I had this before in an interview. And you said, I need a cable doing this specification, right? Then you know that you get a good explanation, or you get a good consultation of this cable manufacturer, how to do it and how to pass all the certifications and so on. And when you went here to a cable manufacturer, he did it like you said, but if it works or if it passes any certification, that was a joke that time. When you said, oh, it needs CE, then the cable manufacturer knew that he can buy for $80 a CE certification around the corner. That was for him that it passed CE. And so, but this really all changed. And right now, everybody must understand that we have here a quite well-educated, really strong force of people who work really hard. This is the difference to in a lot of other locations. In China, the people work really hard because they want to reach a together growth. And this is basically also, I feel like nothing somebody should be frightened about in Germany or the US, but who should be respected and who should be aligned geopolitically. That what was in the 80s in Japan, I don't know if you still remember, in the 80s everybody was afraid of Japan.
Yeah, Japan Inc. is what they used to call it.
They had the highest valued companies in the world, blah, 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 everything else. But that's it. Japanese reached a level where the people become rich. When you get rich, you normally, probably not me, but the normal person starts to enjoying his life, working less, having other dreams. And that's exactly what I wish for the Chinese people, that we let them grow rich. And then China, when everything stays peaceful, which is my demand to our politicians, is just another educated world where you can sell your products to, where you can buy products to, where you don't need to be afraid of competition. and where you can cooperate. And this is a little bit a big topic and probably not the perfect answer to what you said, but I feel like we should all know that we are all the same humans everywhere, just being different by the experience we have and the culture you grow in up. But at the end, everybody wants to just have respect and a safe life. And so we should not complain about other people, but we should see for cooperation. And when we can complain to our governments that they are not letting us living in a peaceful world. So this is what I want to give on that international answer. For sure, right, to go back to what I'm pragmatically doing now is because of this geopolitical situation, I push for that we set up in more locations globally production sites, right? I want to stay at least in China, focus in China on the Chinese market, and offer, when you want to have made in Germany, you get made in Germany. We have it already through the cooperation. When you want made in USA, okay, let us discuss, you get made in USA. We are preparing made in India. Again, we are preparing made in locally, but basically it hardly frustrates me because I know that the most efficient place to produce right now is in China.
Well, one of the interesting things that I've started to see from this geopolitical fragmentation that we're talking about actually has been clients coming to us. So some of our Western customers coming to us and saying, hey, because of the fracturing, we need to set up manufacturing in China to handle sales in China. And would you be interested to help us based on your manufacturing in China experience?
That's awesome.
Would you be willing to help us set up manufacturing stuff we've never even considered to make, so that we might do something like that? So this balkanization is another English word for it, but the balkanization is definitely something that we're dealing with.
We are following the trend, and we're not large enough to change something, but we see for that we provide our customers what they want, period.
So then what I would ask them, except for globalization, so you're not allowed to talk about that now, because we just went on about that for far too long. What do you see as the challenges and the obstacles for us at faytech to overcome now? What are your challenges and objectives for faytech moving into the future from today forward?
I think for sure the world is running faster and faster. So the fast companies win, period. And and this was today everything about, right? Mm-hmm. How we get our company faster, how we react faster to increase, how we internally faster, how we develop faster, how we provide new products faster. And that's, I think, the obstacle. Full focus on communication, internal, but also outside, right? And seeing for that we are faster than our competitor. And I think this is that competition advantage when you look on a global scale, the fast one. It's very easy said, but the fast one
wins. Okay, so then to jump off from that or to come off of that, what do you think are the areas, product or technology-wise, that faytech is focusing on or should be focusing on? Where are you driving us, I guess is what I would ask.
Okay. Technologically, for sure, we push now very strong on the modularization. You know it from Beckett. Everybody should watch our videos about it, right? And I love it, for example, what we just yesterday checked in the factory, that we now make basically a kiosk frame into which you can put our standard front kits, and you have automatically a 15.6, 21.5, 24, 27, even 30-inch kiosk, just by having always the same frame. So modularizing products, this makes the servicing easier, warehousing, development. So again, everything more efficient, faster. And for sure, the big topic everybody needs to name today is AI. And I also believe that AI will change the world. And that's why we built up an AI portfolio starting from AI servers. So we have servers which are really powerful, doing all this AI processing on a large scale. We do industrial PCs with strong AI performance, especially in the area that you do object recognition analyzing. machine data analyzing, but we put now also AI on embedded devices, and this is what hopefully our focus will be in second half year, that we get really cool partnerships with AI software companies running on our AI hardware, providing for industrial customers, but also on the point of sale, basically everywhere, new very price attractive AI solutions.
So I will finish with the same question I've given everybody else in here, the very last question, which is, of all the technologies and products that you just mentioned, what is the most exciting? You're only allowed to go with one. It's the most exciting product or technology that faytech is currently working on.
I would say I answer with my really hard product, which makes me really proud that we do it. On the other side, which frustrates me that we won more countries where it is used in, is the Easy Shopper we do together with Pentland, because this shows perfectly what we are able to do. And it's really that we produce a full interactive shopping cart. I have to state it's the most successful interactive shopping cart in the world. More than 7,000 pieces are used every day by, in the meantime, more than 1 million customers, processing more than $1 billion revenue. And we start with really bending and cutting the pipes, doing the laser cutting, right? Doing the stamping, the welding, the powder coating, then the really out of pipes shopping cart. Going to our assembly.
My most exciting part in the product is the ball bearings, because they have weight sensors in them. Yes.
And then we do the full assembly in Suining. And in Suining, they're coming the display from our Huizhou front kit production. We have the PCBs developed from our global engineer team, partly produced already made in Germany, the CPU modules, the daughter boards. We have the battery management, Jack organized even battery production with all this fire safety and hazardous and whatever. And yeah, it's a full product completely from us, providing a great solution to the customers in Germany, and probably with this interview we raise more interest to have it also in other markets.
Well, it's going to be featuring somewhere. That's why we got a white screen. It's either going to be here or here. There's going to be something. There'll be some link about it, but great. So I'm pretty happy to tell you, you'll be interested to know that we've now done, I think, 6 or 7 interviews, and no one's picked the same product.
Oh,
twice.
That's really cool. Oh.
Which is really cool. I find it real interesting, and I'm not telling anyone my favorite product. So, having said that, thank you all very much for watching. Thank you, Arne, for joining us, and we'll see you guys on the other side.